Miami is the first capital for crypto in the United States. This video, we're going to be talking about Mayor Francis Suarez adding the Bitcoin white paper to the Miami actual website, the city of Miami website. This is absolutely incredible, hosting this. And we're also seeing, the country of Latvia also hosting this. So very, very interesting things going on in the crypto space, especially in the United States. This is massive. I would say the one other state that's been huge for this is Wyoming, where we saw, Kraken being one of the first actual crypto banks to start up in Wyoming, one of the states with the smallest population in the United States, and now in Florida. We're starting to see it happen in Miami, and it's just going to grow from there, in my opinion. Florida and Wyoming kind of two, I would say, or Miami and Wyoming, two kind of underdogs, I would say, in the overall scheme of things. And it's just absolutely incredible. So we're going to talk about all this in today's episode. So basically what you have to understand with the Bitcoin white paper is this is I would say the blueprint for how Bitcoin works. And if you haven't read it, I would really, really recommend reading it. I will have a link in the description for that. And I will also have links for everything we talked about in this video. Basically, you have to understand Mayor Francis Suarez has been very, very active in the crypto community. He has been talking with Anthony Pompliano, a huge advocate that I am a big fan of on Pomp Podcast. They also do Lunch Money. And he's been in talks with him, basically incentivizing crypto businesses to come to Miami, apologies, and do business. So this is very, very important when you're looking at a free market in a capitalist society, because you have a situation where you have this new innovation. Most people don't know what to do with it. Either you can legalize it or ban it, kind of push it underground. And as we've seen with the war on drugs, pushing it underground is a terrible idea, because all this does is make the black market so much bigger and make them have so much more power. And this is not good for anyone. So the idea here is you want to use this, see it as like a tool. With a hammer, you can either, do work, pound some nails into something, or you can hit yourself in the hand with a hammer and hurt yourself. So first of all, people need to educate themselves, understand how this works. And the first step to that, the first step for understanding is reading the Bitcoin white paper, listening to people like Anthony Pompliano. Like this channel, we talk a lot about crypto, but we also talk about a lot about, investing in financial education, mainly, global investment strategies with emerging markets. But right now, I think crypto in this bull run is very, very important. And that's why I'm really, really focusing on it. But all investable assets are very, very important to understand. Understanding how inflation works. Most people, it's like 45% of Americans don't have any money in investable assets. So they're disproportionately affected by inflation. Inflation is said to be 2%, but that's averaged out from all the income classes. So you have the lower class, you have the middle class, you have the upper class, then you have kind of the elites. In the United States, I would say the upper middle class and the elites hold the majority of their wealth in investable assets because they understand how inflation works. They understand as inflation rises, so does the assets. They rise in value because the thing you're purchasing the assets with is lowering in value. So if you look at the stock market derived in gold, for example, it paints a whole different picture, because what you're buying in the stock market isn't like people say, oh, just put your money in the stock market and it'll just go up. When you look at it in gold, it's actually been down, because this same dollar that you're deriving everything, like the value of it, you're extracting value based on the dollar, is being printed each year. We saw 20% of US dollars ever created be made last year in 2020. I mean, this is insane. And in 2021, we're going to see more of this, especially with, I'm not to get into politics, but, the Biden administration, this is just a fact, is going to print more money. I mean, they're going to inject more monetary stimulus. Whether you think that's good or bad, it's going to happen, and they've already talked about it. So the key point here is understanding that this is an amazing thing in the crypto space. This is an amazing thing for America. This is an amazing thing for the global economy, because the step of hosting the Bitcoin white paper is massive. Even though it's a small thing, it's like one small step for mankind, one giant leap for humanity, I think is how it goes. But it's really one giant leap for humanity, in my opinion, because by taking this little baby step, just putting the Bitcoin white paper on your website, this shows that you're innovative. And these crypto people, this is the interesting thing, I think, is I apologize if I'm a little all over, but this is just something I'm passionate about. The wealthiest people in the world, when you look at that, okay, who are the top 5 or top 10 wealthiest people in the world? Well, I would say now, and even more 10 years from now, nobody will know who the wealthiest people in the world are. And even now, don't trust those websites, because why would the wealthiest people in the world tell these people how much they own? They don't. These people try and study these billionaires and go, okay, Jeff Bezos has this much, Elon Musk has this much. How do you not know that they have money in cryptocurrency, and you don't know their public key? So if you're looking on Etherscan or like Whale Watch, where you can see the people who hold a ton of money, How do you know that I don't have that? How do you know that I'm not a billionaire and I shouldn't be on the list? Well, you don't. And that's the issue. And this is just an example. Or that Elon Musk doesn't have, a shit ton of money in Dogecoin or, Bitcoin, whatever you want. The point here to understand is, as the world progresses, the privacy, in my opinion, the decentralization will increase because we're seeing issues like the Robinhood situation, which I made a video on. You can go watch that. And privacy will increase. These privacy coins will go up in value. And the thing you have to understand is there will be fluctuations in short-term price movement, but the overall long-term is so bullish. If you just look at, for the mayor of the governor of Miami, Suarez, talking on this news clip that I'll have linked in the description, he really goes off on this older guy goes okay, Mayor Suarez, why do you have Bitcoin? Why are you going to add Bitcoin on your balance sheet? Isn't this such a risky thing? This digital currency. And Mayor Suarez, it just so perfectly. Maybe we'll just roll the clip. Actually, let's roll the clip.
The mayor of Miami wants to put some of the city's treasury reserves into Bitcoin. The mayor of Miami is Francis Suarez, and he's with us now. Sir, welcome back to the show. You're putting government money into a very volatile cryptocurrency. You want to explain why you're doing that?
Sure. If I would have done it last year, I would have made 200+%. So I would have looked like a genius. But we want to be one of the most crypto forward and technological cities in the country. So we're looking at, number one, creating a regulatory framework that makes us the easiest place in the United States to do business if you're doing it in cryptocurrencies. We're looking at laws from Wyoming, Wisconsin, and New York, a regulatory environment. And we have a tremendous amount of interest in tech right now. So we're looking at a variety of things, from being able to make payments in crypto, in Bitcoin in particular, being able to pay your taxes, being able to pay fees to the city. And then, yes, we are looking at the possibility of diversifying our investment portfolio and having and holding a percentage of our investments in Bitcoin.
Is this all part of your move to bring high-tech companies, big tech companies to Miami? I know you've got good weather. I know you've got low taxes. Are you using a Bitcoin investment as a further inducement?
It is. I think, the world is watching, and the world is always seeing all the things that cities do. If you're inviting, that's something that cities are benefiting from, like we are. I want the creative and the innovative class to come here and create high-paying jobs for my residents. And certainly there is an enormously large crypto and Bitcoin community, particularly on social media, and they are carefully watching as these assets become more and more mainstream. The more that organizations like the City of Miami and others mainstream Bitcoin, there's only one direction that the prices are going to go, because we know that the supply of money is limited. It's only going to go up.
That gets everybody worried. When anybody says, oh, there's only one direction in which this investment can go, and that is up. I mean, look at the limited supply. It's bound to go up. Your Honor, those could be famous last words, couldn't they?
They could be. And certainly if, some government entity decides to try to regulate it out of existence, that's always a threat, and that's always a possibility. But the reality is it's been, although it is volatile, and I will admit that it is, it just dropped a certain percentage. It went down to 36,000. Now it's already back up in almost a week to its high of 41,000. The fact that it is limited, the fact that, other governments use currencies to do a variety of things that have nothing to do necessarily with the exchange of goods, but to implement public policy, I think has made Bitcoin a very attractive investment for many people.
Absolutely incredible. I mean, what a savage. That's one of my favorite clips out there. Just to wrap this video up, understanding that Miami is hosting the Bitcoin white paper, understanding the decentralization will increase, financial education needs to increase. Let me know in the comments what you kind of thought about this whole thing, where you think maybe the next city or state to be innovative in the cryptocurrency space, and maybe even the next country globally, where you think will adopt this. So thank you very much for watching. As always, like, subscribe button all, like, subscribe button all. If you like the video, click the like button, pretty obvious, subscribe, and then hit the notification bell and click all, because you should stay up to date with our time-sensitive content. Thanks again for watching. As always, invest global, and until next time.